Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
And I'm Corey Baumeister.
And we've got Rob in the booth. Say hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
That didn't sound like Rob.
That was Rob.
That really was? I thought that was a new guy. It really didn't sound like Rob.
There's only one person in the studio, guys. Ross is actually losing his mind. So
we got a new guy shadowing Rob. Don't worry.
I have a frog in my throat, apparently.
Yeah,
Okay.
really, like I thought you were messing with me because it just didn't sound like you.
And I should have done that, but I wasn't smart enough to think about that beforehand.
Yeah.
well, you did it intuitively, so good for you.
Maybe I did it. I just expected you to do it. That my brain tricked myself.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Can that happen?
Sure.
Somebody please humor
Self-inception.
me.
Self-inception.
Yeah. Please humor me and say that's possible, so
I love it.
I don't have to go to a doctor after this. Okay. Well, Rob will be taking, and I do mean Rob, will be taking your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure you tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. As always, we are brought to you by Star City Games as well as Carnox Chairs. If you would like a Carnox chair of your very own, be sure to go to our affiliate link, carnox.com/SCG, so you get 10% off of the purchase. You just go there and you got the 10%.
Free value.
Yeah.
Free
Right
value.
there. It's very easy.
You do have to get the chair to get the 10% off, though.
Yes.
You can't just get 10% off nothing. Yeah.
Well, 10% of 0 is 0. So
Well, you can't carry that 10% off to, your hardware store and get 10% off a blade or something. The
nobody goes to
10% off
hardware
is specifically for Carnox chairs.
Yeah, that's.
We don't stress that enough.
Do you think people think they just get 10% off of everything?
I've been getting a lot of people, climbing in my DMs saying, hey, 10% is not working at Menards or McDonald's. And I'm like, you know what? I'll specify next time that it only works at Carnox
Yes,
chairs.
only for
Yeah.
Carnox chairs and other things that they sell.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what their entire.
I mean, it's
catalog is.
carnoxchair.com, so if they sell, home improvement supplies and stuff, I'd be pretty confused.
It's just Carnox.com. Don't start confusing people, Corey.
Okay, sorry.
I could see them selling the plastic mats that you put under your chair if it's on a hardwood floor.
Ooh.
And I don't know, spare parts to a chair if you need parts.
I guess.
Maybe. I
Hey,
don't know. Maybe like a slip cover for it if it's really nice. There's a lot of
A lot of variables, yeah.
There's plenty of things you can sell.
That's true.
It's
That's
2020. Plenty of things you can sell.
Absolutely.
We have been, at least I've been a little bit jealous of everybody playing Standard and having a blast with it.
Yeah.
And you've been playing a good amount of Standard yourself.
Yep.
And having a blast with it.
I have been.
So we figured we would have a blast today playing Standard on Versus Live.
I mean, why not? Why not? We're having a blast sitting in these Carnox chairs. We might as well have a blast playing the game we love
Yeah.
in these Carnox chairs.
We had the early access event on Wednesday. We had it live on Arena for the weekend, essentially. So a good amount of time for people to start playing decks and getting real data in. And there's a lot of hype around some cards, around some new decks.
Yep.
And we're going to be playing some of those decks that have received that kind of hype, things that you might expect to see this weekend if you're going to be playing on release weekend, or the coming weeks where we have a couple team opens coming up and some other events involving Theros Beyond Death. So what do you
100%, 100%. So, I mean, touching on that, some of my favorite interactions that I've seen from the streamer event, I'm basically playing two people's lists that kind of jumped off the page to me as new cool interactions from the new sets, where it's Croaky's Elemental list that's kind of been, blowing up. Brian Gottlieb's blue-white deck that's using the power of Bertha Melitis and Elspeth Conquers Death. And then my Esper Hero list that has been getting a lot of attention from Brad, BBD. A lot of cool cards in each deck. And the set isn't bringing the power level necessarily that War of the Sparks was, where it's just these absolutely broken cards or Throne of Eldraine. But these cards are making a big impact, and they seem like they fill more niche roles. Which I think is really good for Standard because, when you just have these over-powerful cards, every deck becomes that deck. But when you have these niche powerful cards like Elspeth Conquers Death, Thassa, the Dwelling King, Deep Dwelling, yeah, it makes for a really fun Standard, and I've really been enjoying laddering up with it so far.
Yeah, it does seem like a lot of the cards really round out some of the Tier 2 archetypes that have existed over maybe the last year or so in Standard.
Yep.
That sort of fell by the wayside once Oko was printed and green just sort of went way over the top of everything else.
Yeah.
Now with those cards gone and some of these decks getting a few extra tools to help out, this Standard format looks really well rounded.
Yeah.
So people have been having a lot of fun with it because there's a lot of different decks that they're succeeding with. It's not just, Oko decks that look way too good or some other kind of strategy. So a lot of different things available.
Imagine Oko is still supposed to be in this, though.
It's gone.
It's gone.
I've never even heard of Oko. Is that
man.
Is that from a commander set?
Now that we don't play Legacy or Vintage or anything on here, Oko is gone to us.
It's gone.
It's gone. We're not going to see those abs anywhere.
I was gonna say we took all of our elk tokens out of all of our kits because we're just never gonna use them now.
Did you? Oh man,
you left a bunch of them here, so to remind us.
Wow. Oh god. Get that out of there. Oh my eyes.
Yeah, Modern Horizons was just so terrible.
No, I'm glad the card's gone. Not only because it was so oppressive, but I've been really doing a lot of sit-ups to try to get to the Oko abs, the Oko ab challenge. I don't know if you're familiar with this.
I am not.
Okay, it's not a real thing, but I, now I don't have to feel ashamed that Oko has much better abs than me.
Okay, yeah, now you're just done. No more sit-ups. We're good.
We're done. Okay. Back to cheeseburgers.
What have we replaced sit-ups with? What do you got for match one?
We replaced sit-ups with just playing Dream Trawler. I don't know how that's a good segue, but we're going with it. AK, I'm playing Esper Hero here, a deck that we've seen a lot of, but that got a huge rejuvenation. We lost to Fairy, Hero of Dominaria, which was one of the most important cards, and that late game power that you really needed. Now we have Ashiok and Dream Trawler as those ways to actually close the game. And now we have a new toy of Atrice the Half-Truth that just fills kind of that Gonti role. If you remember playing with that, it has a similar feel to me. You get some mind games. Every situation's a little different with it, and it usually gets you the land you need to pressure into that late game to play an on-time Ashiok and Dream Trawler. I think the deck's really good, and I think it's going to be a staple in the Tier 1 metagame.
Yeah, it's just a better bridge card than Elite Guard Mage, especially now that you don't need Bolus of Citadel as your late game card, because Dream Trawler and Ashiok are both very powerful and much cleaner in that role. So really good addition to this deck. Definitely one of the archetypes that's received a lot of hype.
Yep.
I am going to be playing against it a mono green ramp deck designed by Brian Gottlieb. That he posted on his Twitter. This is going really big on mana with Nyx Lotus, Nyx Bloom Ancient, bunch of ramp cards. And,
the biggest.
Yes. And finishing off with Finale of Devastation. Maybe it finds Endray's Forerunners. It usually doesn't because you're usually casting it for 10 or more, so it doesn't matter. Everything's gigantic. But a really classic ramp deck here, but one that's trying to go way over the top. So we'll see how it matches up against the Heavy Disruption from the Esper deck and if it can stack up.
We're going to find out. Okay, so you got the marbles with your sweet Pioneer brew from last week.
Yeah, a little Underworld Breach.
That I've been starting to see pop up online and stuff, and I'm like, oh, Ross, what have you done?
There's a few different builds of it. It's still getting tuned, still working out the kinks of how to beat the Graveyard Hate, but the core is very powerful.
Yeah.
If you want to see that episode is now going to be on the Star City Games YouTube channel. Remember, the Thursday shows, which was when that happened, go live the following Monday. Tuesday shows go live Friday.
Yeah. Just watch the first two matches. You don't need to watch that third one. Nothing really cool happened.
I mean, the first match is pretty nice, too.
All right, just watch the middle match. Do yourself a kindness, watch the middle match, and have yourself a good day. All right, so I'm going to be going first here. Let's get back into Standard here, Beyond Death. This hand's pretty solid. We're going to need some help from the top at some point, but this is definitely a keeper.
Yeah, same. It's a solid hand, not great, but
I'll pass to you.
Definitely in the keep range. That was a good draw.
Okay, I'm going to get rid of this. No Grazer.
No Grazer. Actually, only 2 copies of Grazer in the deck.
Yeah, I mean, the green mulligan, anytime you mulligan, it's just like the card you put on bottom every single time. Okay. We got these new fancy lands, and I pass by them so much. They look so different.
Exactly. They don't grok as Magic cards.
Yeah, I kind of like them. I know you're not a big believer, but I'm kind of a fan. All right, so drew land here. We're going to take 2 and get Hero down. Pass to you.
It's definitely an important thing.
Hero against green decks. Name a more iconic duo.
Okay, I have a Wolf Willow Haven.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
And that just adds double, and
it makes the land add an additional green, yeah.
Okay.
5 sack, make a wolf.
Cool.
Only on my turn.
All right. And I'll attack for 2.
18 all.
Your turn. Not a great draw on our part there, but our hand's still doing all right.
Okay, I have to think we are looking at a Tyrant Scorn here, which is a little awkward because I would much rather play the creature but I do not want to get Tyrant Scorned and get really heavily tempoed, so I'm just going to play Nylea
Nylea, okay.
and then pass the turn.
And, yeah, okay.
There's not a creature right now.
Gotcha. Scries a little bit, right?
Now, it makes my creatures cost 1 less,
Oh, yeah.
and I pay 2 and a green, reveal the top card of my library. If that's a creature, it goes to my hand. Otherwise, I can put it in the graveyard. I don't
Gotcha.
have to.
I'll attack for 2.
16 to 18.
All right. And we just have another hero and pass back.
You are really...
We need a
really want
hero.
to Tyrant Scorn me.
We're looking up for a hero to the end of the night. I don't know how that song goes, to be honest. All right, so creatures cost 1 less. Otherwise, it's pretty much an enchantment that does nothing at the moment, so I'm not super afraid of Nylea.
I really think there's a Tyrant Scorn there.
I just drew that hero. Actually did.
Yeah. But my only way to play around Tyrant Scorn is to do literal nothing this turn.
Sounds good.
But it might be better than just casting a big creature, letting you bounce it, make 2 tokens.
Yeah.
So I actually am just going to play a land and pass the turn.
Sure. The fear of the scorn is getting you.
I'll take 4, go to 12.
All right. And didn't draw the land that we really wanted, so I'll pass to you.
And now we can't really afford to keep doing nothing, but we can double spell this turn and force you to have 2 removal spells.
Okay.
So this makes 4 green.
Okay.
Makes 6 just for creatures.
6. Okay.
I will play a... Which one do I want to do first against Scorn?
6 green coming in.
3 green floating.
Okay.
Then I'll cast a Thunderous Snapper.
Okay. So that would turn on. I like Nylea's cost reduction effect is really being put to the test here.
Once Yorvo is here, Nylea is turned on because of the Haven.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Nylea's on with this on the stack.
Okay. Sure.
So trigger this.
Sure.
And I have a feeling that even if you can't cast 2 removal spells this turn, you might be able to next turn. I guess Oath of Kai doesn't kill anything. So the only removal spells I have to worry about are Tyrant Scorn, and then things like Teferi. Problem is, if you do just have 2 Tyrant Scorns, bounce this, kill this, make 4 tokens, this then turns off. Like, there's nothing I can really do about that, and I'm basically dead. So I guess, yeah, I will... Okay. So if I can't beat 2 removal spells, would I rather block with this if you only have 1? And if you only have 1, are you going to trade a hero for 4 damage? Probably not. So I think I can just attack. So attack
Okay.
6.
I'll take it. Down to 13.
Okay, pass the turn.
All right. Tyrant scoring that.
I assume the smother mode.
Yeah, we'll kill that. We'll get a couple of Shaheens here. And then we're just going to untap. All right. Draw. Temple of Tea, of course. We don't need that. Yeah, that was a very brutal draw for us. We really wanted an untap land. I don't want to sacrifice a hero here, so we'll pass to you.
Perfect. Okay, now I've got a shot. That was a very scary turn for me.
Yep.
I feel pretty vindicated in not having cast a creature the previous turn.
Yeah, I didn't have anything to cast anyways. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, I would have got some extra damage in, so not bad. My hand is like really great if I had this temple a lot earlier.
Okay, so now we're up to 2, 6, 7 mana. So let's make 6 green for creatures. Okay. Let's play a Thunder Snapper floating 2. Oh, it's 5 or more. So yeah, not a. Okay.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah, so let's just play that.
Okay.
And then play this with 1 floating.
Okay.
Now, unfortunately, we can't use that 1 floating to sink into Nylea to get an activation.
Sure.
But I think I just hold back. So, you have the option of just chumping.
Yep.
Anyway, on 5 mana, you're probably playing Ashiok. You can bounce 1 thing. So if I were to say attack with Nylea, maybe even take it and you go to 8. And then you bounce a Thunderous Snapper with an Ashiok. Then You're probably still not attacking, actually, because I could just easily block there. Okay, I actually like attacking then.
Okay.
I think I will attack with just the Nylea.
I'll jump.
Yep. Pass the turn.
All right. Untap.
Maybe I should have attacked with both. But...
Maybe you should have. All right. Well, now I think I want to be mana efficient, and that does involve playing Ashiok. Let's get a couple of tokens. Now the real question is, do I want a 2/3 or do I want to start bouncing? Bouncing means you either exile the card in your hand or a snapper. So that's decent. I do think I want to start controlling your board a little bit here. So yeah, let's bounce one of these.
Okay, I will exile the snapper.
Uh-oh. Got a good one in there, huh? I'll pass to you. You got a good one, eh?
I think it's better than snapper, at least.
Okay. Now we're just kind of playing defense until we get, one of our huge threats down like Dream Trawler. One of the cards I've been heavily reliant and just loving since the new set came around.
Okay, so 5, 6, 7, tap this normally, go to 8, go to 9, play Finale, X equals 7, draw a card.
You can't use that with Finale, right?
I'm just tapping it
6,
normally.
7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
So for 7?
X equals 7.
Okay, sure.
And I will find a Nyxbloom Ancient
Okay.
so that the next time I can... If I draw another Finale, then it'll be very big.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, that's giant.
And once again, I don't really have good attacks because it's still just just gets a 1/1 off the battlefield.
Yeah.
When I think I'm only really winning this game by just getting a big Endraze Forerunners and attacking for a huge amount of damage.
Probably.
So I would rather just play defensively and try to set that up as best I can.
Okie dokie, Smokey, you done?
Yeah, so I'll pass the turn.
All right, well, untap.
Might be seeing a second Ashiok here. That would not surprise me.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. Okay, so we're gonna get our new fancy Nightmare. All right, now we drew an interesting card here. I really would like to double spell here. So I think we're going to... I don't know if we necessarily can. So Rob, if we take a look at my hand, I don't want to announce these cards to give too much away. We could play this on the giant creature here, but I really don't want you to gain extra value. So I don't think I actually want to do that. So maybe we'll just go Murderous Rider it.
Brings you to 11.
Brings me to 11. And we're just going to say go. Nice chill turn.
Okay. Let's play a Kiora.
Okay.
So that has 7 counters on it. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, make 6 green with this. Cost 1 less.
Okay. Something for 7. You got another one?
Well, I drew another Nyxbloom.
Okay.
So that's going to draw a card off Thunderous Snapper.
Yep.
And then when it enters, it'll draw a card off Kiora.
Seems good.
And that seems pretty good.
We're just trying to maintain this battlefield, but being able to redraw all these cards.
Dead now? I think you're just dead.
Dead?
So 3, I guess this would have to tap. This just entered. This would be 7 and 13
what did you top deck?
And 20 and 2 force. Oh, you would survive it exactly 1.
Really?
But I think that's pretty reasonable still because you would have no battlefield.
What can you cast?
So
turn?
I drew a land.
Okay.
And I can -1 to untap a permanent.
Okay.
So
3.
And then so this taps for 3 +1 from Haven is 4.
Oh yeah, that's right.
This goes to 7, and this goes to 10, and then I can cast
Oh, it's any mana source?
any permanent. No, I can
Okay.
tap a permanent for mana. So these all tap for 3, +1 from Haven is 10.
Oh my
then I can
God.
cast Endurance Forerunners for 7. Because it costs 1 less.
Jesus.
So I'll draw a card off the Snapper.
Yeah.
Then it'll enter, I'll draw a card off Kiora.
Okay.
And then it will enter and trigger itself. So creatures get +2/+2 Vigilance and Trample until end of turn.
You're just top decking gold over there, aren't
I
you?
have 3 mana floating. I can activate the Nylea with that, which is better than anything else I can do. We'll put this forest in the graveyard.
Okay.
And so then this is a 7, this is a 6, and this is a 7.
All right.
Yeah, so it's 20. And you have exactly 10 toughness here, and you're at 11.
Lovely.
Is that good?
It's pretty good. That's pretty good.
You can trade for the Snapper, but you can't do, I guess, but you can't do it with the Nightmare because you need to soak up the max amount.
Sure.
So the only way you trade for the Snapper is with both heroes and 2 of these.
And then just throw
And then
4
and then
instead of something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then these are both 7s, and this will soak up 4 of that.
So I take 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you got something, which I don't think that deck casts.
Yeah, I mean, bring it.
with 2 Hallowed Fountains.
Bring it.
These are attack.
Oh, sorry. I forgot they have vigilance.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I can live, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll do this to this. 4 here.
Yep.
Yep.
So 7 minus 4 is 3. This deals 7. That puts you to 1.
Oh, other creature. I was like,
Yeah.
I think I'm just dead.
No.
Okay, you mill 2.
Yep. I do exile when that blocks. This dies
Okay. I am down to 2?
to 1.
Or down to 1, okay.
Yep.
All right.
Pass the turn.
Okay. I don't think that's going to get me there. That was unreal.
That was a good series of draws.
I mean, like, my hand was good, but I think that I lost the game when I couldn't Ashiok on turn 5 instead of drawing the Temple. And here, I mean, I don't have the Wrath. So, yep, back it in. All right, giant green monsters.
Temple of Tilt does you in again.
Temple of Tilt, of course, does me in again. Temple of Silence left me silent that game, that's for sure.
That was... I'm not used to being able to do things like that, where, like, I cast a 7-drop and then draw 2 cards off of it, and I'm able to cast an 8-drop.
Yeah. No kidding. That's when you said you're dead this turn. I was like, you have 1 mana open. What are you talking about? You can't kill me. Yeah, that was impressive. That was some impressive stuff. Well, I would say since standard, we are a little bit more finely tuned in sideboards. You want to do 1 pre and then go to sideboards for standard?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Rob, let's take ourselves a quick 3-minute break, and we're going to do some sideboarding here, and we'll be right back for game 2.
Just a second, Corey, sorry.
And we'll
3 seconds.
be right back after these messages. Welcome back to Versus Live. We are sideboarding here with the hero versus the villain. I mean, Esper hero versus the villain. We are going with Esper hero against Mono Green Ram.
I know what role I play, Corey. Okay.
I didn't have to specify,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so what we're taking out here, Othakaya and Tyrant Scorn is a little too small ball. I mean, doing this to your N-Rays Forerunner feels a little bad. So
Comes up a little short.
yeah, we'll take our Lightning Helixes and our Tyrant Scorns out. Noxious Grasp, on the other hand, kills absolutely everything. This card's going to be amazing. D-Spark does about the same. And this is, I'm going to call it right now. I think this is the second best card in the set next to Dream Trawler. And I've been having such amazing experiences with this. Have you ever brought back a Narset with this card and had 6 loyalty on a Narset? It's beautiful. Let me tell you. Have you ever had a Narset die early in the game and just have it sitting in your graveyard with nothing to do? Well, call Elspeth Conquers Death and we'll solve that problem for you. We'll find more Elspeth Conquers Death. We'll keep this loop going. It's a good old time. What do you got? You're not sideboarding as much, huh?
Not very much here. I don't think I want to play a very reactive game in this matchup. The Esper Hero deck is just so good at that and wants to do it so much. I have to be as, lean and linear as possible to try to just overpower you.
Yep.
I am going to swap out Yorvo, which is pretty vulnerable to a lot of your removal and just not a particularly good card.
Mm-hmm.
It's just here to sort of enable devotion. And I'm going to, take a slight turn away from that to have at least some answer to a hero of Precinct 1.
Yeah.
So I can apply some pressure. I think Voracious Hydra is fine at doing that. Sometimes it'll just like tap down a Dream Trawler so I get an attack in, kill a Treese or something like that. And sometimes just be a giant body. So
yeah, hero has always been a really good answer to just mono green or ramp decks in general. But the problem I have with hero now is the fact that you kind of just go so far over the top that the 1/1 tokens, they matter early at protecting the planeswalkers, but they don't matter as much late as the deck kind of, as hero has been like maybe in the past for like the Mythic Championship where Lavinga won with Nexus. It doesn't matter as much now that every deck is doing this finale over the top thing with Enray's Forerunner. So I'm not as sold on Hero Precinct 1 as I was then, and I even think that maybe it shouldn't be in the deck. But, it's good in this matchup overall, so I think it's still worth trying. But
it's also going to be important against aggressive decks to protect the Planeswalkers, important against control decks, So if it's just not good in these super heavy ramp matchups, and this isn't even like the only ramp deck there is. I've seen a lot of Simic ramp decks out there with Euro and Hydroid Krasis.
Yep.
And those decks don't go as far over the top. They're trying to grind through removal with the card advantage that they generate. So I think Hero will be better even in those style of ramp matchups.
Definitely a possibility. All right, Rob, we got some time while we shuffle up. You got some questions for us?
Yeah, we have one here from Esteus.
All right, our homie.
Do you think Enigmatic Incarnation is strong enough to be a build around in this format?
I mean, you did some dirty things to me with that card in our preview season, but
yeah, I like that you get something immediately. That first end step, and some of these cheap enchantments we've seen do some work. Birth of Molitis, the blue one, something of Metamai. What is that one called? Is it just? It's not Birth of Metamai.
The saga.
Yeah, the saga that has 4 modes, 4 chapters. You scry 2, and then you name a card.
Oh, yeah.
You draw 2 cards.
Yeah, I can't remember what that card's called either, but we'll be seeing that a little bit later. But that card is pretty good.
So because it costs 2, that it times out so that on turn 4 is when you get to cast the named card and
draw 2 cards.
Draw 2,
and then get rid of it.
Then get rid of it because the last mode doesn't do a whole lot.
Yeah.
And get a 3-mana creature. It's definitely a tough card to build around, and I'm a little wary of playing cards like that in a format where there's powerful over-the-top strategies, because that's the kind of deck that's just grinding marginal value. It's good against removal, but bad when people are just ignoring you and casting Enray's Forerunners or just anything they do with Nissa, really. So I'd be a little worried in those kinds of matchups, but if we get to a metagame where the green decks are actually a little suppressed, then something like that seems powerful enough to be good.
Well, I remember when you played that deck, it was like, you were doing some cool things, and it's like your endgame was like cast a Cavalier and stuff. So, I mean, if you want a deck that has inevitable endgame, you play a Simic ramp deck with Hydroid Krasis and Finale into Enray's Forerunner. So I personally think it's too much of a meme, but I do think it's a fun card to play. I think a great card for FNM to have some fun with, screw around on the ladder, but I do not think it's going to be competitive.
Okay.
No. But all right, one more question, Rob, and then we'll get this started.
All right, Ion935 wants to know, with this mono green deck, do you think it might be better to splash blue to get things like Hydroid Krasis and Gadwick?
I think that just makes the mana really tough, right? One of the things that's really nice about this deck is the mana's buttery smooth, and you have a ton of forests for Nissa, and you're going hard on green devotion because you have Nyx Lotus and other ways to generate lots of mana.
Yeah.
It's not a question of whether the mana sinks in the deck are powerful enough. Finale Devastation just ends the game. So I don't think replacing that with ways to draw cards really makes a lot of sense, unless you have a metagame where there's a ton of just, sweepers and heavy removal decks. And if this deck struggles with those kinds of strategies, moving towards a Simic version with Euro and Hydroid Krasis to help generate card advantage helps you against those removal decks. But I held my own in game 1 against a heavy removal deck.
Yeah, no, I mean, it seems sweet. I think right now, we could probably both agree that the Simic version is probably going to be more lean, more ready for a tournament. But that's not to say that there's not something here. But what Ross said basically is just, it's 2 different decks. If you want to play the blue Ram card. Also, you can't splash for Gadwick. That's just silly. You play Krasis, I get it, but you can't splash for a triple blue Gadwick. That's just madness. But
you're just going ham.
Just going straight ham. But good questions, everybody. Keep those coming in. We are going to start our match here. I'm going to be on the play. And I was going to say Snap Mulligan, but then I saw that this is a land in the back. These lands are throwing me off. I still think it's a mulligan.
Well, mine is definitely a mulligan.
Yeah.
On the
it's
draw, no
super
2-mana ramp
close.
card.
Only 2 mana. I'm not ramping very well. We're going to ship this one. Oh, no. Oh, it would have been so good. It would have been so
Never
good.
look, Corey. Never look.
Yeah.
Never look.
I looked
Brutal.
too. My top card was Wolfwell Haven. My hand would have been great.
Yeah, same. Let's just both go back. All right, Rob, you got another good question for us?
We've got to go back.
Yeah.
We've got to go back.
We have
Millie
to.
Miltanks wants to know if you were playing in an open this weekend in the new standard format, what would you play? Like, what do you think is the best deck kind of at the moment moving forward?
I think Esper Hero is quite strong. And I think you can't really go wrong with a Simic Ramp deck. Those would be the 2 decks I would start. Yeah.
I would try to play a Rakdos Sacrifice deck.
Yeah.
And if
And they're good too.
Couldn't get one of those to work, that I would probably default to Esper Hero.
I'm pretty interested in a Mardu Sacrifice list that has like Corpse Knight, Celebrant, Woe Strider. You get the 4 mana Shepherd.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just like the 3/2 that's been around for Midnight Reaper, and just kind of go ham with the sacrifice outlets. I've been really interested in that. I don't know if it's great yet. I'm meaning to test it out on stream tomorrow, but it seems sweet.
All right, real quick one.
Yeah.
To settle a debate that chat is having right now.
Okay,
Is
okay.
Esper Hero a mid-range deck or a control deck as you've got it built right now?
I would say it's a mid-range deck. Once you get the heroes out of there, then it turns control. I think that's the very clean distinction, in my opinion. Yeah.
I would agree as well.
Yeah.
And I do think there are times when you board into being a control deck.
Exactly. I take out heroes a lot to pivot. Whenever I bring in a lot of Wraths, I take out heroes. I have a lot of Cries in the sideboard. Whenever those come in, you get the switch.
So you have that versatility that you can function as both, but in its main deck configuration.
And I think there's a world where, and I think it's all based on metagame, but I think there's a world where you essentially pre-board for the control matchups and sideboard the heroes. I'm more leaning on that for Richmond for the standard metagame than I am the other, but only time will tell. I'm going to keep.
I will keep as well, even though I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, my hand's not great. Pass to you.
Forest, go.
I will sack. Go get one of my funky lands.
Funky lands.
Get funky. All right. Always the top of the deck. Always. All right, we're going to shuffle up here. Our hand needs some help, but maybe we'll get it right now. Nope. Go.
I also receive no help.
I'll sack this.
Playing a nice slow game.
Nice slow game. Get our Pokemon lands in here and let's go. Your forests are pretty cool, though, I have to say.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are going to go with a... all Pokemon lands here. Thought erasure you?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Hand disruption. Okay.
This is basically the same hand I mulliganed on 7, but on 6, like, this is not a deck that's going to mulligan to 5 well.
Yeah.
So I figured it was worth the risk on 6.
I think it probably is. I probably have to take Kiora here. Just ramping you in any regard is not what I want to happen. So we're going to take
I'm going to play next turn, so...
I'm going to ditch that and pass to you.
I guess it seems likely that Corey just needs land, so he's probably just putting any spell in the graveyard there.
Yeah. Because I would like that card.
Pass the turn.
All right. Well, now we will sacrifice this. We don't have a ton of basics in here, so these Fable Passages are definitely pushing the limits right now.
At least this one enters untapped.
That's true. I'm not going to use it, but... All right. We'll go like that. We're going to Thought Erasure you again.
Oh, I drew a pretty good one in Nyx Lotus.
Oh, I don't have the Thought Erasure. No, I'm just kidding. Interesting. Let me read that Nyx Lotus again.
It's just Nykthos.
Yeah, it's just activating for Nykthos.
Tap it, Nykthos.
I don't think I care that much about that if I can control the rest of your things.
That is a reasonable plan.
Let's take the Snapper.
Yep.
We'll do a Scry.
Surveil.
Whatever. Yeah, I think we'll keep that one around.
Corey's just going to keep thought erasuring me, and I'm just going to play Nissa on turn 5.
Yeah, probably.
And he's going to be very sad.
Your turn.
Okay, let's play this Nyx Lotus. You're up.
Go.
Just passing the turn.
Just passing.
Well,
Here comes
play
Nissa, huh?
this Nyx Lotus.
Okay.
You're up.
So they add nothing right now,
Correct.
huh?
Oh, that's legendary.
Oh, let's put that
Can't
to the bin. Go.
That
Ross
makes
over here
sense.
trying to cheat.
Yeah, no kidding. Cheat in his 4 mana do nothing. What a Ross thing to do.
So I can still do both if I do it this way. So I will play a Thunderous Snapper. I will make 4 green, sink into the castle for 6, tap this regularly to make 7,
Wow.
cast this, draw a card.
All right.
Pass a turn.
All right, we'll grass that.
Brings you to 21.
21, yep. Untap. Then we'll take 2. We're going to take a total of 4 here, and we'll Murderous Rider that.
So you're at 17.
Yep, your turn. This is on an adventure.
Yeah,
That was quite the turn.
it was not bad.
Yeah, it was pretty strong. I was ready for one of them.
You have 3 in hand?
I have 3, yep.
Yeah, I think we'll do it this way. I'm going to Finale for 4.
Okay.
And I'm going to find the one Nylea since it's much harder to kill and generates card advantage, just
Okay.
like Snapper does. And then I'm going to tap the Lotus actually for a green and cast a Paradise Druid,
Okie dokie.
which costs 1 less because of Nylea.
All right, done.
So pass the turn.
All right, we're hoping for a specific draw here.
Is it White Source for your Dream Troll?
That would have been good. We're going to take 2,
15.
and we're going to play this and pass to you.
What are we holding up 3 mana for?
Gotta
Oh, you
be
just want another
prepared.
You have another Noxious Grasp. Okay. Okay.
Okay, I see ya.
See what you're doing. So you're at 15.
I'm at
You
15,
have 3 in
correct.
hand.
And I have 3 in hand,
And I
yep.
suspect they are Noxious Grasp, Dream Trawler, and some other. What other spell would they be?
You don't know my life.
Mm,
You don't
I
know my
do.
life.
Oh, I can use this to activate. I can use this for Nylea. God, I need to read cards.
It's a mana ability, right? Yeah.
I just thought it was only to cast creature spells. But
Yeah.
you can activate abilities with it too. I'm
Nylea.
so used to just casting Primeval Titan off of it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I could have actually activated the previous
Yeah.
game. Okay.
Apparently, you're not used to casting Primeval type enough with it. I know your record at the last Modern event.
So let's make 6 green.
Okay.
Activate this 3 green floating.
Okay, it's if it's a creature, it goes to your hand.
Otherwise, I can put it into the graveyard.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, let's use the other 3 green and
Okay.
activate. I reveal.
Oh, you can keep it there if you want, huh?
Yes. And yeah, it says or activate abilities of creatures.
Right, but Nylea is not a creature.
Oh, yeah, it's an
Jesus
enchantment.
Christ. It's a creature card. Who knows? Like,
But it's an enchantment.
okay, whatever. 6 mana. It's done.
All right. Get that to the graveyard. We don't need
I
that.
think we will be keeping that one there.
Okay.
Especially because this Paradise Druid puts me to 3, and then the Nissa will put me to 5. Though I guess you're just going to Noxious Grasp it, but I will get a 3/3 out of the deal.
Yep.
And have a bunch of extra mana to activate this a ton. So I think that's reasonable to keep, and then just cast this with the other green, and
Okay.
pass the turn.
All right. We're gonna untap. Oh my god. Wow. I'll attack.
I will go to 18. You go to 17.
Your turn.
Okay, so you just have 3 Dream Trawlers in your hand.
I'm on
Noxious
Tilt
Grasp.
Island over here. I'm on
The extra tilt
Island.
makes me think you already had 2 Dream Trawlers and drew the 3rd.
No, that'd be absolute. Like, what are the odds of that? That'd be heinous.
But there's still an Noxious Grasp there. So what is the most efficient way for me to cast this Nissa? Because if I don't use the Lotus, I get 2 mana off the back end. For every forest I don't use, I get 1 mana off the back end.
Probably tapping the castles. Yeah.
And yeah, so it's probably tapping the castles. And I don't think you're going to be killing these, so it's probably just tapping these as well. Although they can just attack this turn, which is kind of nice. So if I do it this way, then I have 5 and then 8. That makes 13. Plus I can try to untap this. and that'll be 15, so I'll get 5 activations. I think that's pretty reasonable to just try to dig as hard as I can, because you're going to have a Dream Trawler soon.
Doubt it.
So I'll cast Anissa.
Sure.
I will...
I had a choice between Fabled Passaging for the second plains or the second island earlier when I didn't have either. I guess I made the wrong choice.
Okay, let's try to untap this forest.
I'll Noxious Grouse.
Okay, in response,
Yep.
I will make 5 green, and we will activate 2 floating.
Okay.
Graveyard.
Okay.
1 floating now, activate.
Yep.
Graveyard. None floating.
Yep.
Activate. Let's leave that one there.
Okay.
Oh no, it goes my hand, I mean.
Oh, yeah.
That's how creatures work. And then 1 floating again, activate.
Okay.
And that can go to my hand.
All right. Well, that Nylea is going to be giving us some trouble. So we're going to go to 18.
Yeah, it will go to 18. This will then untap. I have 1 floating, so there's no point in trying to cast these. I guess I will just attack for 3.
All right. 15.
Okay, pass the turn.
It's 15 to 18, right?
Yep,
Correct.
That's what I have.
Oh, my God. All right. Well, I will go with the Thought Erasure. I guess we'll take that. Surveil. I guess we'll keep that on top.
That's
go.
the white source. But this is going to be still a pretty good turn if your hand is indeed triple crawler, which seemed like it was.
What a tilt. You know, when I mulligan, I even put a Dream Trawler to the bottom. And I had a Dream Trawler in hand. So I put 1 to the bottom and then drew 2. And there's only 3 in the deck.
Okay, so this is going to be 4 green. This is going to be 4 green. These can both sink in here. So that'll be 12 green.
Okay.
So I can cast this for 10.
Sure.
I think that's good enough.
Yeah, I just can't win.
Let's make a 10-10 and fight that.
Gain 2.
Brings you to 17.
Yep.
And then I will... this is now turned on because I'm at 5. So attack for 13.
Yeah, you win. All I have is the white source to play
Brings you to
1, and then
4.
I'm just dead.
Yeah, and you have to shock to 2.
Then I'd have to, then I'm shocked to 2 and then just play 1. If I could have played these on time at all, the game is just over.
But both games definitely hampered by some mana issues.
Yeah,
on your
but
side.
I mean, you know, we saw the plain and simple aspect of monocolored and 3-colored. You know, I mean, the Esper Hero mana base is actually quite good, but you know, it's not perfect. You know, it's still a 3-color deck.
Well,
so
we'll give you one more game to sort things out.
All right, that's good. That's good. We gotta see the power of Esper Hero a little bit here, huh?
But while we shuffle, Rob, you got a question for us?
I do.
What you got?
The Blighted Church wanted to know, do you think that Golgari Adventures can still be a deck in the metagame, or do you think that everything just needs to kind of...
God, I hope
just going to
so.
throw everything? Like,
I truly hope so, but I kind of doubt it. You know, honestly, like so far, what we're seeing on the ladder in the metagame is everybody just wants to play the new cards, right? Like, that doesn't mean that Jund Food and Adventures are bad decks. It just means people are exploring other stuff because, well, we've had that metagame for so long, it makes sense that people would want to try other things. Now, when people just start to want to win tournaments again, those kind of decks are going to come back up, and who knows if they are going to be good enough or if the new cards are going to be better. But, you know, I am seeing more Wraths, more Wrath effects, which make the Innkeeper decks worse, you know, Shatter the Skies.
Or cheap removal for the Innkeeper itself.
Exactly.
Hero decks.
Yeah, so I do think that Innkeeper will still be good, but who knows if Bant Adventures is going to be better. Who knows if, you know, Gruul for the Gruul Adventure cards is better. I don't know. I mean, I don't think Innkeeper's dead, but we're not seeing it right now because people just want to play the new cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing that you can say about decks like that, you know, when you're playing Edgeball Innkeeper, you have to be playing all these adventure cards, and it really restricts your deck building choices. And that means that you're just not going to gain as much from every new set that gets added.
Yeah.
You know, like Esper Hero has gained 3 really powerful additions. You know, Azorius Control is pretty well built around new cards. And things like these ramp decks getting a lot of new cards. So it's definitely going to get weaker because other decks are gaining a lot more. The question is just how much, and it's hard to suss that out, as you were saying, over that first weekend because everybody's just trying to evaluate the new cards.
Exactly. And I mean, I wouldn't even necessarily agree that they're going to get worse. They're going to be positioned in a different way, and decks could shift into such a way where they're trying to deal with all big stuff that the adventure decks actually get better. You know, I mean, there is a world where that happens. They're not gaining new tools, but there is a chance that they're better positioned to do a metagame. I'm not sure if that's the case, but only time will tell.
Always important to keep that in mind. Sometimes that's sort of like a secondary effect that people often miss. That happens a lot when like bans happen. Everybody thinks, like, well, what was the best deck before the ban that didn't get hit by anything?
Yeah.
Well, actually, like things are going to shift. Like that deck is now easier to target because the other top decks are gone. So maybe the metagame shifts really poorly for it, and then something else rises up.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Versus Live. We're taking 2 here. Sorry about the tech issues. You know, only one common factor. We haven't had tech issues in a long time, but we got a new guy here. I think you brought down the house, right? Yeah. All jokes aside. All right, so
we're gonna have to give you Dan's chair.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. It's a nail-filled chair. You're not gonna like it, but yeah. It's kind of like the chair from Matilda that they have to sit in. Yeah, it's not great.
It also gets smaller every week.
Exactly. Okay, so we're getting back into this. Ross is up 2-0 on me. I'm on the play. I have a good feeling about this one.
I have a reasonable hand.
Okay. I will sack for a Schwamp. Schwamp. Put that into play tapped.
I think after last game we'd learn to just snap Gotten Plains.
I know, no kidding. I'm having flashbacks. Okay, so we're gonna go with a passage and pass to you.
Talk about flashbacks.
I know. We're getting to Plains this time.
Okay. Well, I have a Wolf Willow Haven.
Okay, I got a Plains. All right. That Haven seems pretty interesting. How do you like it?
I think it's just a solid ramp card. You know, normally you don't get like a 2-mana rampant growth type effect that isn't a creature that's vulnerable to removal in some way.
Yeah.
And Paradise Druid has been a complete staple because it's not vulnerable to removal immediately. At least most kinds of it. And this is going to be similar, I think, but just for more green heavy decks.
Yep. Nope. I think it's pretty sweet. So I'm going to take 2 and play a card that I've been missing for a couple games here and tick up. Pass to you.
Don't want to bounce the Haven?
Nah, not feeling it. I'll let you play something. I'll bounce that.
Okay. That's an interesting draw. Still doesn't get me where I want to be, though.
I hope where you want to be is in the loser bracket after this. Which won't happen because you're up 2-0. But anyways.
We can just set up for coming turns. So we'll Haven this land again.
Okay.
And then we'll make 3 green and play Kiora.
Okay.
And then I'll pass the turn.
Okay. Now I really do want to draw a card here. Can't bounce Kiora, of course, but we can bounce a Haven. I think that's fine. Draw a card. Didn't hit the land drop. Classic. But we can Noxious Grasp this. Go to 21 and pass to you. Oh, and this should be at 2.
Go to 19, 5. Right? You shocked on...
Nope.
3?
Oh, yeah, I did. Yep. 19. 19 to 20. Pass to you. Keep a 3-lander. Don't draw it.
Classic.
Yeah.
Nissa.
Oh, God.
Attack your Teferi.
Yep.
And then tap this for 2 green and play Haven.
Okay.
I think I still want to, even though I don't have the Kiora, I think I still want to put it all on one land so that I can untap all the other lands and
Makes
not
sense
risk
to me.
the Haven getting 2 for 1.
All right. So luckily we have the other answer for this. And then we'll gain a life, go up to 20.
The Scry 1.
Drew a Scry. And that's an interesting card, but I don't think it's quite good enough. Oops. Scry. Your turn. Patrice is decent here, but I just want some lands.
Okay. Well, I have another Nissa.
Ah.
Untap this, attack you for 6.
Okay.
And then I will play a
14.
Forest, make 6 green, and play a Thunderous Snapper.
All right.
You're up.
So I'm at 14. You have 10 coming in already. Oh my. Well, that's not great. It's not great at all. I have this land.
Really need a sweeper here, but
Yeah, but I also have to deal with Nissa is the problem. 6, 7, 8, 9. So you have 9 mana. All right. Well, I got to kill that and then play hero and pass to you.
you're at 12.
Yep. Hope we can stay alive. We can chump with hero if need be. The double Nissa. Always classic.
So attack for 10.
Could go to 2. Then I die to like another Nissa at some point. That's a little rough. Or I could stay at 6. That seems better. We're going to chump.
Okay, so it brings you to 6.
Yep.
Post combat, this is 5, 6 mana.
Okay.
I'm going to cast a Finale for 4 and draw a card.
Okay.
And I will get a Nissa. So that I have a...
You can't get a Nissa.
Or
It's
not a
creature
Nissa,
card.
I mean, I meant Nylea.
Okay,
Sorry.
yeah. I was going to say, that card
Yeah.
is busted.
No, it doesn't point points. But I'll get Nylea, so I extend to my battlefield without running further into a sweeper.
Makes sense.
And I could play the Paradise Druid in my hand, but I don't think I want to lose that to a sweeper, because I want to maybe turn this Nylea off if you deal with the Snapper. Turn it on, I mean.
Okay.
So I will just pass the turn.
Yeah, that was a good chump on my part with Hero, because now I can at least live through a Nylea attack. But yeah, step 1 is definitely time wipe. And then it's going to be your turn.
Okay. These are gone.
Our hand is good, but we might just be a little too far behind. It's kind of been the story of this match, just one turn behind.
Yeah. And that's... Land is actually a pretty good draw here, because now I make 6 mana, and I can cast an Exclume Ancient.
Yep.
And I will then attack for 5.
Okay.
Brings you to 1.
Down to 1.
Pass a turn.
Need another 2 answers. Okay, so if I deal with the Ancient, if you need anything with 2 green mana symbols, that's pretty brutal. I don't know if I really have a choice here. I think I just have to hope you don't have it. I can Teferi, bounce, and then hope to draw a land to play Murderous Rider to chump, but that seems quite terrible. I think we'll just go with this and hit that. Pass to you. I'm guessing I'm dead.
No, I've got a Paradise Druid, like I mentioned.
Yeah.
And that's a land.
Hooray!
So how do I want to play this, then? I can just, like, draw cards off this, hope to hit just another Paradise Druid, I guess.
Yeah.
Or a Voracious Hydra. Or I can hold up and maybe sacrifice one of these and try to kill you with a 2/2.
It's reasonable as well.
Doesn't seem likely to happen. I think I'd rather just draw cards.
Okay.
So I'm going to activate.
Yep. Yorvo.
Finale is an interesting one.
That is interesting.
So I played a land Paradise Druid. Then I have 3, 6, 7, 8. So I can Finale for 6. That doesn't do a whole lot.
Yeah, I
But
don't know what hasty 6 drops you really got.
It does just guarantee that I have something next turn to turn this Nylea on, though, which has some value. Whereas if I were to put this in the graveyard and activate again, I'm not killing you because I can't cast Paradise Druid at that point.
Yep.
And I would just have to draw something. So this is gas for next turn.
Yep.
When I'm no longer able to kill you this turn. So I think that seems reasonable. The question is just what would I get? Is 2, 5, 8. I'm 1 short of being able to get another Nyx Bloom Ancient. I've found my Nylea. Would I just get a Thunderous Snapper just so, have another big thing?
Definitely interesting.
Yeah, this is tough. You might have turned this around.
We got a shot at it at least. If I draw a land, I can really do some stuff to you, but otherwise...
This is going to cost 2 more next turn, isn't it?
That it will.
Yeah. Okay, I've got to take that into account.
Yep.
So this is 3, 6, 8. So I'm only casting this for 4. So
Yep.
this really is just getting Thunderous Snapper next turn.
Which is also reasonable, but...
Look, it's just very easy for you to deal with.
Yep. I have it on board to deal with it the next turn. I'll get a Teferi back.
Yeah.
Or a hero. I can get a hero with a loyalty counter. That is under the realm of possibilities.
I think I might have come up 1 short this game. And I really don't think Thunder Snapper is going to do it. I think I need something like Nissa, something really powerful. I'm actually going to bin this.
Okay.
Activate again.
Sure.
Okay, we'll leave Nissa there.
Wow.
You're up.
Wow. 1, 2, 3, and you'll have enough to cast it even through this. Love it. Okay, well that was good. So what if 6, 7? So I did have a pretty decent draw here. We're gonna sack this for blue.
This is a Dream Trawler.
That would be
Dream Trawler would not be good enough, right? So you just jump
probably
this,
not.
gain 3, but take 5.
Yeah, I don't think Dream Trawler would be good enough. It's
Probably
not Dream Trawler. Okay, so I'm gonna start with Teferi. Now I can actually bounce Haven, and then that forces you to tap Paradise Druid to cast Nissa with the extra mana from Elspeth. So that is interesting there. Or I just bounce Nylea and let you attack with a Paradise Druid.
Oh, you just plus and tap your lands and pass the turn.
Yeah, I could just plus. That seems pretty viable. I still think I'm just in trouble because of Nissa here. But yeah, let's bounce Nylea.
I think that makes more sense because now just Murderous Rider keeps you alive.
Yeah, and that is what I have to do here. Then pass to you.
So
All right. It's gonna be a tight one.
yeah, so I can use the Paradise Druid to cast the Nylea, Vanessa, and then I'll be able to cast Nylea after it. That will leave you at 3 life though, so it sort of makes my Paradise Druid ineffective as an attacker.
Mm-hmm.
But it gives me a potential other attacker anyway, and gets the Nylea on the battlefield, which just has value. I think that ends up being better, though. What are you doing with the 3rd chapter on Elspeth?
I wonder, does
death?
Nylea doesn't cost less, huh?
Mm.
Because it is a
Yeah,
creature.
because it is a
Okay.
creature.
Yep.
So you're just going to be returning it fairy. You might just return hero and then create a bunch of chump blockers.
Definitely might.
That seems like a good plan. So if that is indeed your real name, how do I think just getting my things on the battlefield is best. Because then if I just draw like Endray's Forerunner or something absurd, like everything just goes well.
Yep.
So this is 5. 2 more for the Elspeth Conqueror's Death. Play this.
Okay.
Untap here. Attack
Sure.
you. Force the block.
Yep.
So that goes on the bottom of your deck.
Yep. Good call.
You're at 3. And then these make 4 green. And we'll play Nylea.
All right.
Pass the turn.
So I will draw, trigger this. Now, kind of already have a Teferi here, so that's not bad.
Stupid 1 life off of Noxious Grasp.
Yeah, right.
Survived at 1 with 2 of them.
Right. Just getting rid of my Teferi for a souped up Teferi doesn't seem great. So we're going to get this, put a counter on it.
Yeah. I think the hero is a chump blocker, and the 3/3 to just check this.
Yeah, nope, I think that seems good. So we're going to tick up, and we got a bunch of instants we can play, so I think we just wait and pass to you.
Now I'd like to draw a finale.
No, thank you.
Okay.
No, thank you. Hard pass.
So this is 4 green. 1 floating.
Okay. Yep.
Activate again, none floating.
Yep. Druid to the hand.
2 green.
Okay. Yep.
Remember, they each cost 1 less.
I do remember.
For our audience,
Yep.
let's make a 3/3 and let's try to attack you for 12.
All right. You're going to regret that Paradise Druid play. Time wipe.
Yeah, that was bad. Float 6 green.
Okay. You got to do it now then, right?
Yeah, activate.
Okay. All right.
And activate.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right. Let's see if we can claw back. This Nissa, the 3rd Nissa just is always quite brutal, I have to say. So can you cast that? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can, huh?
Lovely.
Just lovely. All right, we're gonna tick up. And we're at 3, eh? Okay. That's lovely as well. I have to stop that N raise from coming down or I'm for sure dead. So we'll go with hero or 2, 3. Yeah, we'll go with, I guess we have to do hero. Okay, and then we'll go like this, tapped and pass to you. Draw step.
Yeah.
Thought erasure you. Okay, we'll take that. Surveil. Don't need a land.
So now you have 2 blockers for my 2 attackers.
Yep.
And then you'll be able to bounce this with Teferi.
Staying alive. Barely.
Hopefully find an answer to this is your thing. Okay, so this is 4 green.
Yep.
Activate.
Nylea has just been eating me alive.
It's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll activate again.
Okay.
1 green floating.
Yep.
And we'll cast this.
Sure.
Then we'll untap here.
Okay.
Probably loot. I guess you don't have mana for Scorn, but.
So Chad is bringing up a technicality that I
Okay.
believe we missed, in that you didn't declare blocks before you cast your time wipe, and Ross still had 5 devotion, so the Nylea actually killed you.
Oh. I guess it would have, yeah.
But, I mean, we could just
We
play it
would've-
like you declared block.
We
and,
would have
you know,
blocked,
yeah,
but yeah,
sure.
yeah. True, that is something to keep an eye on for sure. That is for sure something to keep an eye on.
He blocked.
I blocked. All right, we'll block here. I don't think this game is going to be going much longer anyways, but...
You think you're taking over? Or you think you're going to lose?
no, I'm going to lose, yeah. I'm going to lose. So we're just out of steam. You just have Nissa crunching in for just too much. Now at least I can bounce with something. I probably want to bounce Nylea. Okay, we'll bounce that. Draw. Now we can go with... So you're going to have 3 attackers. We can actually play 3 blockers. Atrice. Yeah, we'll get a token and then 3 cards for you. I love this card.
Okay.
Now we can at least kill a creature, but we're only killing land, so that's not great.
So... I think I'm going to do it this way.
Is Atrice good enough for me? I likely have to chump away my hero, which is a big downfall. Are those 2 cards good enough? I think I have to hope they are. Yeah, I'm going to take the mystery pile. It could be anything. All right.
Thought erasure Teferi.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's pretty good. We did save this, so I'll take 2 and thought erasure you. I'll go to 1. 1 to 20, right?
Yep.
Get another Shaheen. That was kind of gas. Okay. Surveil, we'll keep that one on top, and I'll pass to you. All right, we're clawing. We are straight clawing. N-Rays Forerunner. No more claws.
Only have the 1.
All right.
You're safe there.
Well, Finale can bring it back from the graveyard.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I need finale. So land is not great,
Yep.
but I guess I'm just going to make this is 4, 6,
Make it 2/2.
1 floating,
Okay. Wolf time.
and we can untap here. I
Okay.
guess maybe I can. I don't really want an ultimate just yet, right? I just don't have enough.
I would love an ultimate.
Yeah.
Get rid of Nissa. All right. Yep.
So let's do that. Now I don't think I want to attack with the druid since it just trades for one of these, and then this trades here, and then this double blocks.
Okay.
Whereas this attack is just, at least it gets rid of the hero,
Mm-hmm.
which is important, even though I will lose the 2 lands.
I think we might actually be clawing back into this one.
Yeah, I didn't realize you hadn't played a land yet.
Yeah.
So I know you have a Teferi in your hand.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll just attack with the 2/3/3s.
All right. I'll block like this.
Okay. I'm gonna make 6 green and make another 2/2.
Okay.
One of these dies.
Yep.
The other one got
Done.
jumped, and then I'll pass.
All right. We're gonna have a nice turn. We are
So
going.
another time wipe.
No, not that nice. All right, but we are gonna play that Teferi, get a token,
Yep.
and we'll bounce this. Draw. Now I wanna make a decent amount of tokens here to try to not die. So we're gonna Teferi again. Bounce this, get another Shaheen, draw a card, and then D-Spark, get another Shaheen.
Yeah, I think you did it.
Yeah, I think we're coming back. And then we got an Enlighten,
Yeah.
and we'll
This
keep
is the
that on
turn
top.
The turn I stopped thinking about
Go.
time wipe and ran 2 Paradise Druids into it just because I was trying
Yeah,
to
that
get
wasn't
everything
great.
down efficiently.
Yeah.
I was just trying to cast all my spells.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
efficiently, and yeah, if I just had an extra Paradise Druid or 2, I'd probably win it.
Yeah.
Win.
It's been a
But
grind.
now I am pretty dead
I think you are
because
pretty dead.
I have a Nyx Lotus
Okay.
and a pass of the turn.
Go.
Yeah, and now nowhere near enough mana, so I am dead.
All right. Yeah. Dream Trawler, Dream Weaver. Oh, man. Those are the 2 cards I'm drawing into. Can I cast them both? Oh, no. It was 1 short. But yeah, I think we were clawing back there.
Oh, definitely. The Dream Trawler, I think it's basically game.
Honestly, that felt better because I think D-Spark is going to be amazing in this matchup. Any kind of green ramp. We still have the Noxious Grass to deal with it. But once again, the heroes were just okay. I mean, I know they kept me alive in the pinch there, but if they were Shattered the Sky, would they have also done the same?
Yeah.
Who knows?
They prevented you from needing to, from being in that situation in the first place.
Exactly. So who knows? But
a little sloppy there at the end to prevent the 3-0 sweep on my part.
Yeah.
But you also, had some mana issues in a lot of the games that I think really swung the first couple of games in the matchup.
Yeah.
But it shows you, one of the things that you play ramp decks for is if people stumble against you, you do bury them.
Yeah.
Right? Like they have to keep up with you. Your threats are so powerful. And so that's a good sign that this deck was able to do that.
Yeah.
So a good sign that the deck was able to just kind of have some ridiculous draws.
And I think the best thing about that deck was Nile, Snapper, and Kiora in this type of matchup where you're able to grind past with just more cards, So I think that was pretty good. But we are running a little past schedule, and we got a lot of fun matches coming up here. So we're going to take a short 5-minute breaks. We're going to take a short 3-minute breaks here, technical difficulty pending. And I'm going to be bringing you Teamer Elementals, focusing on Thassa, God Dwelling. Did I nail it?
Deep Dwelling.
Dang it! I'm getting week 4. I get card names. Week 4. I think that's about it. What do you got up against me?
I'm going to be playing Rakdos Sacrifice.
Ooh, your baby, your kitty cat baby. For being a dog person, you do love the cats quite a lot.
I grew up with cats. I like them both.
That's fair enough. All right, everybody, we're going to take a short break, and we will see you in 3 minutes.